Good morning, sunshines. We are about to talk about coping with uncertainty or suffer the consequences. My name's Callie Carroll. We're doing Good Morning Sunshine, where we discuss how perspective can reveal miracles, and we simply do our best with everything that life is offering us at times to live in a happy state and just enjoy and rock the hell of our lives, even like when shit hits the fan. So, if you're just jumping on for the first time ever, welcome. Good Morning Sunshines. For my regs, it's not 8 a.m. Nope, but uncertainty at its finest. Here we are. And everybody say good morning, sunshine, no matter what time it is when you watch this video. It's an active area of participation. And then always start off by sharing something that you're grateful for. So anything that's gratitude in your heart right now. I am grateful for soup, like just a can of soup, you guys, because sometimes you just don't have time to remember to eat. So if you can just like grab some soup really quick, like life is so much better with food in your belly. Good morning, Miss Vanessa. How are you? All right, let's talk about uncertainty. And we're gonna talk about Whit and John. We're gonna talk about my life because this is what we do in here, and somehow it applies to your lives all the time. And you guys are like, man, I needed to hear that message, Callie. How did you know? So hopefully it does that for you today too. So for the last, I guess my whole life, like everything seems to be uncertain lately, but it's like there's times of, you feel like you're following this path and like things are just like going like along as they should. I was going to try to say a word that I don't know how to pronounce, so I'm not going to say it. But then there's other times where you're like, oh my gosh, it's like plot twist, detour, detour, detour. And the only thing that you're certain of is that there is nothing to be certain of, and it's complete uncertainty. Have you guys ever been there? Marlies, how are you doing, my sunshine? So my son, right, Whit and John, is supposed to be changing over his chemotherapies to something called clofarabine from cytarabine. And it's going to be a much more aggressive treatment. It's something that I'm doing my best to just have trust and belief in my heart, but it's hard going into it because I know that it can be much harsher. And I'm doing my best, right? So we're supposed to start chemotherapy today. But in order to do that, you have to have a certain number. Your ANC, your neutrophil count has to be at a certain level to show that your system's healthy enough to seriously poison it again. And we just sit around waiting for uncertainty. This is what we do. Good morning, Lori, right? We're just waiting around. So all weekend long, we go in to do our numbers on Friday, and the numbers don't look great. Like they're not showing the number that we need in order to get chemo starting today. So we're like, okay, are we going to get it? Are we not going to get it? I don't know. And I just have to be comfortable with that, right? Based upon the numbers, I think maybe not. But then what are we going to do? If we don't get the right number, are we going to do it on Wednesday or Thursday or Friday? Do they do chemo throughout the weekend? Now we do 5 days in the hospital for 2 hours. We're just not really sure, right? So we wake up this morning, actually rewind. Saturday morning, I'm going to parents weekend for my daughter at CSU because yes, I have kids from 18 to 2, one going to parents weekend, one having a 2nd-year-old birthday. And I'm on my way and I'm like, oh shit. I just don't feel like this chemo is going to happen. And what do I do then? Because that means on my son's 2nd birthday, he's going to be in the hospital. And how are we going to celebrate? So I'm like, you know what? Uncertainty. Let's just throw together a last minute birthday party. So we threw together a last minute birthday party. Yesterday was amazing. We had to keep it super small because his counts are so low. He's neutropenic that it's dangerous for him to be around a lot of people. So we have this little gathering at the park with some people. We keep it separate. We're outside. We have a little gathering with some friends where they eat pizza and opens up presents. Okay, beautiful, right? So this morning we wake up, we go get his numbers done. As I suspected, because I think I'm somewhat of a doctor these days, which I am absolutely not because I still don't know how to pronounce all the words. He is still neutropenic. His numbers are 420, which means over the last 4 days, they've gone up 130, and we need them to go up another 300 before we can start chemo. And still, after that, I don't know when we're going in. So everybody's like, when do you have chemo? When are you going in? What's happening? Like I'm trying to figure it out because John goes out of town. There's all these different conditions that are coming in upon us, right? And I'm like, I have no freaking clue until I hear from the doctor. And then finally, we find out that we're not going to even start chemo until next Monday because of all of these different things, making sure that his numbers are right, blah, blah, blah. You guys, every single day I wake up and think, what the hell is going to happen today? What am I doing? Like, I literally have no idea. Am I going to be in the hospital for 4 hours today? Or am I going to be cleaning my house to make sure that everything's clean when the baby comes home and installing a swing from his birthday? Like, I don't know. Am I going to be on the phone with doctors for 3 hours? Perhaps. The point is not all about where we're at, but you in your life face uncertainty. All of us do. Every single minute we face uncertainty. And if you can't allow yourself to cope with the uncertainty, you will go batshit crazy, because uncertainty and showing up to uncertainty a certain way can leave you in feeling of anxiety, right? Of fear, of consistent worry, maybe even a little anger, frustration, aggravation, because you just don't know what's going to happen next. So as I've looked at myself just for the past 5 days, trying to schedule my son's second birthday, trying to figure out where we're going to be, when we're going to be, when my husband's traveling, when are we at the hospital all the day? Like, all of it's uncertain, but that's just the way life goes. Now, I know your uncertainty probably looks different than mine, and that's good. That's a beautiful thing, but it's still, you guys, not knowing what's next can obviously, affect us in a way. And sometimes it can leave us feeling a little bit paralyzed because we just want to know. Don't you just want to know? Is anybody else like me? Like, you just want to know, like, am I or am I not? Is this what's happening, or this like not what's happening? You look at your health, you just want some certainty. You look at your relationship, you want some certainty. You look at your finances, your job, your friendships, like you just want some damn certainty. But guess what? It's just not there. It's not, right? And the best way that I found to cope with this, especially in my situation, is, the saying of let go, let God. And this just, it settles in with me and where I stand of, like, I am not the one in charge. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't take action. That doesn't mean that I don't throw wit in a last minute birthday party and do everything that we can to have all this stuff culminate together. That doesn't mean that I don't get up today and do my blood draw and have everything packed and ready to go to the hospital without knowing. I still take action, but I do that acknowledging that it might not work out exactly as I see, as exactly as I desire, or even just in any way where I have some sort of confirmation of what's going to happen in the next minute. It just is what it is. And I just take a deep breath. So last night I did a post, just a simple post, right? About like breathing and letting go and allowing for him to support you and take care of you. And when you do that, you guys, you can let go of the anxiety that can be crippling, right? The fear that can just throw you down because you just want to know what's next, but you don't get to know. So I know this is a hard discussion today, and I feel like for some of you, this isn't going to help at all. You're not going to have any answers from this, but I'm hoping that a few of you can pull in this message and acknowledge some areas in your life where there is uncertainty, and it has been slightly frustrating or a cause of anxiety, fear, or worry, and allow yourself to take a deep breath and know that there is a path. There's a path that you're on. There's a road it's already written what's going to happen next for you. And worrying is not going to provide any support. It's not going to help anything, right? All you can do is acknowledge, is it uncertain? Yep. What can I do about it? Is there anything I can do? Not in this case. Nope. And I'm just going to roll with whatever's next. And I hope that can bring some peace to some of your hearts, right? So as for us, you guys, we are now in another week of no chemotherapy. And we're just going to be getting Witten's counts back up. We can't do anything proactively to do that, but we have to keep him like kind of away from people because he's still neutropenic. So we're going to be playing outside, doing the different things, talking to mass amount of doctors, trying to assume and figure out when's his next chemo. Is it Thanksgiving week? Is it the week after? We're not sure. When do we go to Texas? Is it like right on Christmas? Is it the day before? Are we in chemo on Christmas or not? I don't know what the next 2 months look like. I just don't know. Right? And I have to be okay with that. So this message is for myself as well as you, a reminder that sometimes we just have to relax into it. You guys, as we end Good Morning Sunshine, talking about perspective revealing miracles, words have been really tough for me lately. We always commit. So if you can commit to embracing an uncertainty in your life, that would be really impactful for you. Yeah? All right. If you guys are committed, just say I commit in the comment bar. Love you. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day. And we'll be talking to you probably tomorrow, but I am uncertain of that too. I don't know. Bye, guys.